And we are live on the Metal Voice. Alan, who do we have today?
Hey, ça va brasser avec notre ami Rick Hughes aujourd'hui. He's launched his solo album, and of course, Rick's known for his work with Sword and Saints and Sinners. So glad to have him back on the show.
Glad to be here. Ça va brasser, like you said.
This new album, Rick Hughes' solo album, a collection of great rock songs to be released on Friday, October the 24th, on CD and on vinyl. Rick, is this your first rock album in English? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Redemption.
It is.
Your first?
Yeah, it is my first solo venture in English.
Wow.
It is.
Hey, you know what? This is so much variety on this album. Is there any trepidation on your part talking to us at the Metal Voice and launching this album and having a preview here on the Metal Voice for this album?
Well, that's a good point.
Maybe we should stop right here and say, you know what?
Hey,
Where the Metal Voice is a hard rock album.
I love about the variety on this album. You got a bit of everything on this album.
Exactly. And that, at a certain time and place in your life, you might as well treat yourself,
Yeah, sure.
And do exactly what you want to do and hope for the best. About the album, there's like two songs that could be classified as metal.
Yeah.
Shake My Soul and The Real Me. Rest of the album is rock music. That's my influences. I'm a rock artist. So if you take, for example, the Beatles, on the same album, you had Helter Skelter and you had
Dear
this
Prudence.
Powerful ballad that was so, the words were so mature. It was the opposite of Helter Skelter, but it was on the same album.
Yeah.
That's where I come from. So I wanted my solo album to reflect the kind of artist I am. I speak French all day long with my girlfriend, my daughter, I'm from a francophone part of Quebec. So it's only obvious that I put a couple of French songs on the album because I love to sing in French. That's my upbringing, listening to Offenbach, Pagliaro, Claude Dubois. Man, those were so good. So anyways, I'm just going with your Metal Voice because let's well, how do you say that? The elephant out of into the room or something?
The elephant.
Like
that?
Don't talk about the elephant in the room.
It is not a metal album, of course, because I leave that to Sword. You see, you have your Sword's t-shirt. Same with Jimmy. The metal is with Sword. And when it's my solo career, then I treat myself to any genre.
Yeah, it's like Michael Sweet's from Striper. He's on the show a lot. He has a solo career, and then he does his Striper. They've got their sound, and it frees him up to do different things on his solo album. So this is your first. Maybe there'll be more down the road solo album. So
it looks good.
You know what I like about you, Rick? This is what I understand from all of this, is that you're not waiting for people to call you. You're going out and getting those people. Right? You're going out and doing it. And you could tell by the song Dead End Road, sorry. There's no such thing as a dead end road. You just keep going. Some artists will sit waiting by the phone saying, okay, when is Brad Gillis going to call me? When is Rudy Sarzo going to call me? When is Tommy Aldrich going to call me? But I think, and from my understanding, is you went out and said, look, I want to do this with them.
That's exactly it. And it's not magic. It's not it sure looks like a long shot. When you go to your manager, hey, why don't we get Tommy Aldridge to come along with Rudy Sarzo? So we're going to have the Speak of the Devil lineup. Oh yeah, let's try it. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
2 years in the making is these songs, besides Someday, are these all songs that you wrote specifically for this album, or you had some stuff lying around, or?
It's a collaboration with other artists. So yeah, um, for this album, I relied on other people's songwriting skills
Okay.
to help me create something that I haven't done before. There's a lot of very, very talented artists who are able to do everything really, really nicely. I mean by that they'll carry a tune on stage, they'll carry a tune off stage, they'll write good songs, and they have it all, you know. But those are very few people can do that. I'm a singer songwriter, but I'm also in French we say un interprète. How would you
Interpreter.
translate that to English?
Interpreter.
Interpreter. Yeah.
A performer. I'm a performer. So let's say I sing a song from Sword that I wrote, like The Trouble Is.
Mhm.
I wrote that song, the melody, the lyrics, everything. When I get to sing it live, then I perform that song, you know. I don't try to duplicate what I did in studio. I just do another version live on that night, you know. Even if it's 3 nights in a row, every night the song will be sang differently because I become a performer. So the same applies to when you go out towards songwriters and you go, have any songs for me? Something that would fit me that I haven't written, but I would love to sing. So there you go, Dead End Road. You were talking about that song.
So tell us
Songwriter
about
for
that.
this
Yeah.
song is
Yeah.
Jerry Stober.
Okay.
He's a Montrealer that now works in LA as a songwriter, and he wrote some songs for a lot of folks, and now he's a good friend of mine, and this song was tailor made for me. That's why it opens the album, because like Jimmy said, you know, I come from a family that we've been doing music since we were teens, and we never stopped.
Yeah.
And we could have stopped, you know, because we had families and we had stuff to do, and but we did the stuff, we raised the family, and we kept on doing the music we love to do. So
Yeah.
Dead End Road is like when you read, when I sing the lyrics, it's like I wrote that song because it's exactly me. It was tailor made for me.
You know, we could do track by track, and we're talking about, Dead End Road. For me, it had the feel of Helix's That Day Is Gonna Come, which was supposed to be a Brian Vollmer solo album. It's got that kind of feel to it. So it's a great opener to the album. It's got a kind of a contemporary rock feel, but classic at the same time. Sounds classic sounding. I mean, I can see this being played on the radio quite easily.
I'd love to be played on the radio.
Yeah.
It is a classic rock album. That's what it comes down to. It's exactly how you said it at the beginning. You know, I agree, man. Dead End Road is a wonderful song, and I think the thing that sticks out the most on the album is your singing. You know, you're man, you sing really well. People don't the intricacies of of what you're singing, right? In terms of when you're changing keys and you're holding notes and the time signature changes. The whole album, you're really singing, and that's what's lacking today. Real singers. So that's a big thumbs up to you, Rick. you're you're
This,
you're you're
you know, um, everybody needs a confirmation, you know. So what you just gave me is a confirmation. Thanks, Jimmy. I really appreciate what you just said. I'm on the metal voice. So
the metal voice on the metal voice. There you go.
you gave me the I mean, one of the nicest compliments somebody can give me, you know, because that's my trade. I love to sing. It's my whole life, man. I started to sing when I was a teen for my mom. and I'm gonna sound like Elvis because Elvis was my idol. My mom would cherish Elvis, man. She loved Elvis. My mom loved Janis Joplin, Led Zeppelin, but her first love was Elvis. So same for me, you know. I was in the cradle, and my mom would take me and she would sing me Elvis Presley song, and when he was on TV, it would make her happy. So if Elvis was making my mom happy, I love him. I love that king, you know.
But even your range, Rick, even your range, you know, you're going into off into. Anyways, I'm gonna say one last thing about your voice. I'm gonna say one last thing about your voice. There are great singers, and then there are professional singers that could sing in any band in any style, and you're in that category. You're a professional singer that could sing in any band around the world globally. You know, there's great singers. You go to a bar, you hear a great singer, but you're at this level, you're at that level. You could replace any singer in any major band, almost any singer, you know, maybe not Slipknot, maybe you don't want to scream that much, I don't know, but you're at that caliber. That's what I'm trying to say.
Wow, thank you.
There you go. There's a little more compliment for you.
I'm gonna take it in stride.
Now you're gonna walk around saying, "I'm the best guy."
I talk a lot about my mom because my mom was such a fan of music. I mean, there was always music in the house, and there was all style of music. That's why the album is so different. That's why I'm such a fan of Zeppelin, of the Beatles. You know, if you just have to listen to Led Zeppelin 1 and then Through the Outdoor, and in between all those albums, everything's different all the time. Yeah. And then when it finished, my ultimate idol, you know, Elvis was the first one, but who became my ultimate idol is Robert Plant. The same applies. Everything he's done has been different from album to album. He never repeated himself. Never.
No. So is that the direction that you were hoping to have on this album? Is getting that type of variety? That was on purpose?
That's a very good question. I don't think so. I think it was des coups de cœur, you know?
Okay.
It was like Jerry would submit songs, and I'd listen to them for a couple of days, and I think he submitted like at least 10 songs, and I took 2 for this album from Jerry. Right. Same goes for the other songs. It was How do you say that in English?
It's just something that affected you. They were some of your favorites. Coup de cœur.
Yeah. I know the saying.
Touched you.
Just, I forgot.
Yeah. All the English things and the French things are not always the same, right?
True.
Yeah. All right, let's go through the tracks. Let's go through the tracks.
And you're talking, you know, I have all the Loudness albums, even the ones in Japanese. So no matter what language is sung in, I don't care. I just like the music. But you know, having this in French on this album, like you said, you're a francophone. Is this something you can see on doing the French TV circuit and on French radio? Because it's a beautiful song.
We're talking about Croire en l'homme?
Yeah, Croire en l'homme. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a rocker.
It's a rocker, huh?
Yeah, it's a rocker.
Yeah. Well, I can see that song being played on the radio in the near future or the distant future, because, I mean, again, that why did I decide to call my album Redemption? Because to me, redemption is a beautiful word. If I apply that to every part of my life, like if with my girlfriend, with my music, with my fans, with my friends, if I see that I've done something wrong, then I go back and I try to redo it, you know. So croire en l'homme, it means in English to believe in man, believing in man, you know what. And if you listen to the lyrics, it's every bad quality a man can have is said on when I sing the song, you know. And then the chorus goes on. Heureusement qu'il y a des femmes pour nous voir mieux que nous sommes. I mean, this is where we're at right now in our society. It says, lucky for us, they're women to make us look better, you know?
Yeah.
And it's true. Lots of time. That's how I became a better man, you know, by listening to what my daughter had to say about stuff that I was doing, or my wife or my sister, you know, because lots of time the woman in our lives, us men, they see us with what they call a third eye, you know, a third eye. Sorry, guys. And what that is that they see us how we're supposed to be, because sometimes life, because of stress of the job or this or that, we leave and we take all that stress and we become like fighters, and we don't realize it, and we get back home, and then it's time to relax, but we don't. We're still in a fighting mode, and lots of time the women around us will help us to bring us down.
Yeah,
that's why this song is on the album. It's part of the redemption.
Yeah.
Sometimes men think with two heads, and the women have three eyes.
Yeah, and you admit that you're wrong, so you can move on, you know.
Yeah.
And
but they're never wrong. I just want to add that, but they're never wrong. The women are never wrong. Don't say that.
I'm
gonna get in trouble after this.
A good woman is never wrong. A good man is never wrong.
Apparently, I'm always wrong.
So part of being a good person, because listen, success, fortune, fame, that's nothing. That if you have mental health, physical health, then you have everything.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's all you need in life. If you have those two, then the rest, then go get the rest.
Yeah. All right, let's
talk about. Croire à l'homme, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Let's talk about the big one, the real me. This is like the centerpiece of the album, right? The big buzz.
You know, I'm a big the Who fan too. Like, why this song for Rick Hughes? Why did you choose out of their massive catalog this song?
Well, it's a choice we've done. We made my manager and I. We were looking for a song for top players. You know, well, top players for major league players. Mm-hmm. So we it was either Zeppelin or the Who. So we went with the Who. We decided, okay, let's go with the Who. Maybe the next album it'll be Zeppelin. And then then we went through songs and songs and songs, and when we got to this one, we said, this is the one, the real me, because it goes with the concept of redemption. Can you see the real me? Yeah. Mama! You see, I was talking about my mother. Mama! Can you see the real me? Mama! Mama! What a song.
What a song.
Pete Townsend is brilliant.
Brilliant. I'm the big Who fan too.
So we can get to the video. Like, how did you come up with this concept about going to get these three guys, particularly these three guys?
Well, the hardest part was to get them to play on the record. Once we got that, then after that, once the connection is made, you know, the human connection, if they like the guy, then they'll do more. If they didn't like the experience of playing on the album, then they'll go no.
Yeah.
So the hard part was getting them on the album. Once they were there, we when we mixed the song, we sent it to Brad.
Oh yeah.
And Brad was going, wow, man, this sounds amazing. Maybe you should think about doing a video. We says, oh, okay.
Hello.
That's a good idea. Okay. It comes from you. Let's go, Brad. Thank you very much. So then it was to convince the two other guys to join us in LA to shoot the video, and they both said yes. And
oh wow,
why? You know, I don't know, man. it's the planets were perfectly aligned, because like I said, it's something to get them to play, but it's another thing to get them to be in the video. Because when you hire these three guys for a song, let's say that song, and then you put out the album and there's no video, you have to explain. People are going to go, oh, it sounds good, yeah, the drummer, wow, yeah, that's Tommy Aldridge. You have to tell it.
Yeah.
Some will guess, but when you play in the video, then that's another story. Now you don't have to explain it anymore. These are the guys,
Rudy and Tommy are so iconic.
Well, hold on. Brad Gillis rules. That to me, Brad. We've interviewed Brad Gillis, and he's just an incredible guitarist, and you know what I mean. He should be higher up there, and there's a reason why Ozzy picked him as his guitarist, right? Back in the day on the Speak of the Devil tour. I mean, he's got a great sort of. He's a great person, right? He's just got this great aura. He's got this excitement in him, right? He's like 7 years old, right? And he's just enthusiastic. I mean, did you have conversations with Brad?
Oh yeah, we had dinner together. He wrote 2 songs on the album. Incredible. 2 songs, yeah. And this guy is the perfect example of how you should look at yourself. This guy is a living legend. He replaced Randy Rhoads. He's the guy that had the tough,
big shoes to fill.
Yeah, he's the guy, and he did it, like everybody was flabbergasted when we first heard. It was the start of his career, my friend. Who that? Brad Gillis? What? Night Ranger? Yeah, because they had quite a following at that time. Night Ranger, they've always been a good band.
Both albums were in the chart. Night Ranger and Ozzy charted at the same time.
You go.
That's the impact that he had.
So, anyways, I feel so lucky to have him in the project, and I owe it to an old friend of mine that played in Saints and Sinners. His name is Jesse Bradman. He's a guy from San Francisco. He was the keyboard players for Saints and Sinners, and he's an awesome singer, songwriter, and he had worked with Brad on some songs. So those are the songs that I'm talking about.
We'll get to them. We'll get to them. Yeah. Which ones? Yeah. We'll talk about them.
So that's how we got Brad from my friend Jesse Bradman. And listen, I only have good things to say about Brad. Like I said, he's a perfect example of how you should conduct yourself. Not pretend to be like this. You invented the plutonium, because you're a big star. No. This guy is down to earth. He's the real deal. Playing, the tone, the sound, the songwriting, the attitude, it's all there.
Yeah.
I couldn't say enough about Brad. I tell you guys, I really.
He's my second favorite Ozzy guitarist. First Randy Rhoads, then Brad Gillis. And people say, what's wrong with you? I go, no, Brad Gillis, the tone, the friggin' whammy bar just his sound. It's him. It's him.
Yeah, but and probably that your first pick is Randy Rhoads, because Randy did write Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman, which are, come on, they're like that's foundation right. of a genre. That's
right.
That's how that Ozzy Osbourne's career exploded with those songs.
Yeah.
I was thinking, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, Ann. I was gonna go with Rudy Sarzo and Tommy Aldridge. How they came into the fold.
Same applies to them. Rudy, man, that guy, such a talented player.
Yeah,
such a beautiful human being. This guy's incredible. He's sweet. He's He's like very relaxed, a real bass player, my friend. Believe me, a bass player should be relaxed. And he gets into the room and like the vibe changes. He's like, so I love it. I love people like that they don't take all the attention by being rude or over the edge. No, it's the opposite with Rudy. He's so calm and he's got that aura.
Yeah.
And man, he plays. He's one of the bass player in the world.
On that track particularly, I never knew Rudy could play like this. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's Rudy and Tommy. Well, listen, guys, I'm from a family of drummers. My brother is the drummer of Sword. My other brother, my younger brother, is a drummer too. So we're two drummers in the family. So I know my drummers. Believe me. So yeah. So Tommy Aldridge to me is like, oh, when he said yeah for the song "The Real Me," I because come on, Keith Moon, you know you need an octopussy, an octopus to play that. So you see it in the video. When we were shooting the video, we did that all day. We shot the video all day, and it took all the best part, and he would always play for real. Never pretend. And no. It's like he was doing a show, man. I meant by that, like he was in front of 20,000 person. I'm sure this guy rehearses the same way he plays in front of 10,000 people. I'm sure that.
These guys are all legends.
Good
legends.
Drummer, such a great human being. I mean, yeah.
And it goes to.
I've had the chance to tour with Metallica. They were great guys, so I had a good example to follow. And then I toured with Motorhead. Motorhead, Lemmy is considered as one of the realest man in rock and roll history. This guy is considered the real deal. Agreed?
Yeah, I agree. Authentic. Yep.
So I had this guy too for an example. And then I toured with Alice Cooper. Come on, you see it. You hear it when he does interview. Alice is such a wonderful guy. Same thing when we toured with him. We got to meet him, and I had good example to follow. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The sex, drug, and rock and roll doesn't apply to all the people I'm talking about right now. Yeah. It didn't. It just didn't. It was about the music, about the fans. Yeah. And it continues with Tommy Aldridge, Rudy Sarzo, Brad Gillis, Robbie Krieger that plays on the album. I know we're not there, Jimmy, yet. I know.
We're getting there. We're going down the list.
Jimmy doesn't like us to jump ahead.
Alan had a question. I cut him off like 3 times.
No, it's just like you said, without the video, they're so iconic. Just looking at them, it's Rudy Sarzo, Tommy Aldridge right away. Brad changes his hair from time to time, so. But you needed to do that video so people would say, "Oh, okay, whoa, where do these guys come from? What's going on here?" Right away, like when I saw it, I said, "Okay, well, who's the singer?" And then you close. Oh, it's Rick. Wow, what do you mean it's Rick? What's going on? How come Rick's with them? And then you learn about the album and everything. So I think it was a great idea to do that video because you need that visual, like you said.
Yeah, and like I said, it came from first. It came from Brad's mouth. So he said that to my manager. He called me right after. He says, "Brad just suggested that we do a video for The Real Me." I says, "Well, let's do one." but think about it, man. Think about how the planet aligned themselves for it to happen. Yeah. Because when we said, okay, they all said, yeah. What kind of video are we doing? Are we renting a warehouse? And because we had to do it in LA, because we couldn't fly them here, and it was better for them, for their schedule, to be shot in LA. So I flew to LA. So we had to decide, either we went with the warehouse and the stage and the light and do a White Snake kind of video, or we go to Castle Studio in Burbank, just near Hollywood. And do it the way we've done it. So we went with plan B.
Yeah, good
So
choice.
we rented that studio, Castle Studio in LA, and man, it's magical. When I watch the video,
It is.
it's
It is.
magical.
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
really well done. And when I was listening to Real Me, I said, okay, well, what other Who song could Rick have done? And something in the ballad mode, because you've got a beautiful ballad voice, something like Pure and Easy or Getting in Tune. But as a rocker, I said 515, okay, but I said, Who Are You? I would love to hear a version of Who Are You by Rick Hughes.
What a song, eh? What a song,
your
man.
voice.
Look, you want to know my favorite? The Who song, my favorite? It's Love Rain on Me.
Oh, it's a great song.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
He sings that song.
At the scream, and he's still doing it at his age. He still does that scream.
Oh man, it's like his heart is bleeding.
Yeah.
And you know the way it goes, only love.
Yeah.
Can't stop the rain. And all that melody, it's all beautiful. Rock music is such a genre.
The Who, man, the Who. What a band, man. What a friggin' band. Even Keith Moon, Insanity, man. The drumming of Keith Moon.
John Entwistle, lead bass. There was never a lead bass.
Just what a they're like
how weird is that Keith Moon, who was like best friend of John Bonham, and I mean he was like that with Zeppelin. There's even some footage of Keith Moon on the drum, on John Bonham's drum during a show. How weird is that they died practically the same way at the same age?
Yeah, it's weird.
Two drummers,
Yeah.
It's and rock history,
it's like a Spinal Tap
very,
thing.
very weird.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? So I mean, Brad, and I guess everybody's wondering: is this a new band? Is this a new band? Like this video, this is so cool. Is this a new band? I know you're probably getting a lot of that, right? I see a lot of posts, people saying this must be a new band, and what do you say to that? I mean, of course you're gonna say you're gonna welcome it, I would think, but what's the feeling you got from all the other guys so far?
Well, so far they've done the studio version, they've done the video. I leave the rest to luck.
Yeah.
Let's see where we go from here. The album is coming out on the 24th of October. Yeah. When the album comes out, gonna release a French single for my fan base here around in Quebec.
Sure.
So once we done that, I'm gonna because right now I've been doing the same show for the last 10 years. Rick Hughes show. It's like a potpourri of all the stuff that I ever loved to sing in my life. So I go from Elvis to Metallica. It's a cover show. I've been doing that for 10 years. That's my bread and butter, or should I say, that's what keeps me sane because it gets me out of the house once in a while. And so when the album comes out, we're going to arrange a show around the album. So I'm going to change everything. So once we're there, we'll see what happens. We'll see which musician will be hired to do the tour and where we'll go and everything. I'll leave that to luck.
Yeah,
good.
And to my associates.
Yeah.
I got some good people working
upstairs.
Yeah,
I'm sure. When the manager calls, let's do a video. It's like, okay, you're able to write the check for the video. Everything's good there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. I got some good people that believe in me. And you know what? I feel blessed to have friends and people that work for me that work for my career, not for me. But I feel blessed, but I feel like I deserve it too, because I'm deserving of their trust, because I'm a loyal guy, I'm a loyal friend,
That works both ways.
Exactly. I'm very loyal as a friend, as a spouse. That's why I got dogs. I love dogs.
Yeah.
I've always had at least 2 dogs in my life. Right now, I got 2 dogs. They're not here because I don't want them to be a distraction.
All right, let's go to the next
But
song.
hey,
because-
Jimmy,
Yes,
Jimmy,
sir.
let me ask you a question.
Yes.
It's my time for a question.
All right.
Are we still at song number 3?
Yeah, we're still.
No, we didn't start
2.
song number 3. We'll start now.
Man, so we're booked for how long for this show?
Book
Well,
this
you
as
tell
long
us.
as we
You
get
tell
bored.
us.
When we get
Okay.
bored, we leave.
But carry the torch for me. It could possibly be a possible first single off the. There's a few songs that could be a single off the album. Well, I think
I love
carry
the torch.
the torch might be one of the stronger ones. A little nod to Dobie Gray's "Drift Away" I hear in there. Just a little nod. So, but it could be a lead-off single for sure.
That's Brad Gillis, my friend. That's Brad
That guitar
Gillis
solo is
songwriting.
Brad Gillis. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, this song is so good. I love it. I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Yeah. It's basically your 80s power ballad. You know, fits nicely in the Night Ranger world, too. You could hear that Brad Gillis
Classic
influence.
rock.
Classic rock. And man, the solo on Brad Gillis, you could hear his tone. It's right there, you know. It's wonderful.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
we'll move on. So that's a Brad Gillis one. Was there any other contributors to that?
Yeah. Well, there's Do you have the
The sheet?
Yeah. Do you have the sheet for that?
Because they don't really
Carry
tell
the
us
torch.
which song, who does what on what song. That's why.
Yeah, my manager, I was talking to him today and he says, Rick, don't forget to mention that the guy for Boston co-wrote the song with Brad on Carry the Torch. So
Okay. All
Tom
right.
Schultz?
I'm in
Was
a
it Tom?
band right now, guys. Help me out, please.
Tom Schultz. Was it Tom Schultz in Boston?
No.
I'm looking. Well, it's not Robbie Krieger. Jacob Hotshot Jacob DeRaps? No, that's not him.
No, he's
There's
from-
Jacob the Raps is a guitar player from Saint Jean
Saint
de
Jean.
Beauce. This
Saint
guy's
Jean.
so good, man.
So it could have been him. I don't know. Okay, anyways, we'll just leave it at Boston's one guy from Boston. That's it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And
Will of the Gun.
Will of the Gun. I like this song.
That's got like
It's
a
good song.
90. For me, it's a 1980s feel, like a Peter Gabriel or
Yeah.
Midnight Oil, an In Excess kind of
I like
poppy
that.
kind
I
of
like it.
feel
like
to it. Yeah.
That's the last song we added to the album because when I got in studio in Vancouver, I flew to Vancouver and I was there for 2 weeks, and they were hoping that I would record at least out of we had 9 songs, and there was a missing spot, and out of the 9 songs, they were hoping that I would at least be able to put in the can, as they say, you know, at least 5, 6 songs. But while I was there, I did the 9 song.
Oh wow.
I was ready up. Oh man, I was like a hockey player, man. Tell me, coach, tell me. Yeah,
Let me
it's
go.
your time, Ricky. It's your time. Man, I went for it. And I scored big time. 3 goals, hat trick, man. And not only did I nail the 9 songs while I was there, and they were hoping to get 5, 6 at the most, I nailed the 9. While I was there, I chose this one out of a couple of ones that they said, listen, what about those? I said, oh, Will of the Gun. I want to do this one. So I learned it in the studio, and I recorded there while I learned it.
Who wrote it?
The last song. Yeah.
Who wrote that one? Yeah, it's a kind of a poppy feel to it.
That's Annette Ducharme. Annette Ducharme is a great artist, and she's the wife of the producer John Webster, who produced the album.
Okay.
Again, you know, we could talk for hours. John Webster, man, what an artist!
It's a great sound. The album sounds great. It sounds like a real big time studio album, right? Back when studios, when album bands went to studios to make albums, right?
It's so true. And lots of time you owe that to the producer, the guy who from he thought about everything, the sound of the drum, the sound of the bass, the guitars, the song. He helped me decide on every song. Sometimes I would shoot song and he would call me, would go, "Are you sure you want to sing that?" Yeah, because okay, let's listen for it all weekend and run the week. So that's why it took 2 years, because John really he gave me all on this album. John Webster gave me everything. I took a song from his wife. Take everything, Rick. Take everything. Please, I'll take
Let me in. Let me in. I go. It's my turn.
Let me on, coach.
Put me in. Put me in. Put me in. Okay. Shake My Soul.
What a rocker.
Here's the heavier side of things here. It could have been
That's
a sword
my favorite song of the album.
Yeah.
Great one.
Yeah. So tell us about that song.
That's Brad Gillis again.
There you go. The magic. The magic.
Oh, man. That first listen. First of all, the album is called Redemption. Shake My Soul. I mean, it's almost Christian. It's not a Christian album, like me. I mean, I leave that to Striper. They do it so perfectly. Right. And I don't want to compete with them,
No.
I don't even think
they would recommend it.
They're really good. I love Striper. But just the title. I went Shake My Soul. I like that. He says, "Well, wait till you hear it." So when I heard it, I went, "Oh my Lord, yes, I want that song."
Yeah, great song. So, and then the next song. Look, I'll tell you a little story. You talked about coincidences before. Last week, I decided to pull out my cassette player, and here's "Blood on the Rocks," Aldo Novo. Yeah. So I said, I remember that. That's a great album. And I open it up, and I'm looking through who the writers were. Yeah. And I see Rick Hughes. Rick Hughes with Aldo Novo. And the song is Someday, which brings us to the next track, Someday. And it's like, I was just listening to this last week. And here's Rick's version. Whereas Aldo's was more of John Bon Jovi, maybe a little bit more power ballad. I find yours, it's a relaxed power ballad. And this version on this album of yours is even more relaxed, and I would say even a little bit more bluesy, a little bit maybe Brian Howe era Bad Company feel to it. But it's still, what a great song. Can you walk us through how this song was written back in the day and how you revamped it to this album?
Well, I knew it would come to this. I wrote this song 30 years ago. I'm the guy that wrote that song. So I was working with Aldo at the time, and he was working with John. So Aldo was producing Saints and Sinners album, while John Bon Jovi was producing Blood on the Bricks. So one day I went to the studio and I showed the song to Aldo, so it would be on Saints and Sinners album. And he stopped everything and he says, "Rick, I have something to tell you." I says, "Yeah, what?" "We're looking for one last song for my album, and I think this would be the perfect song." I said, "Yeah?" He says, "Yeah, but the album, as you know, it's produced by John, so it's gonna have to be approved by him." I says, "Okay." So he says, "Pull it aside for now, and because you got plenty of ballads, like Saints and Sinners, we had a couple of ballads and pretty good ballads, and let's go with that." So I said, "Okay." And a week after that, he said, "John loves it. He wants to put it on the album. And so to return the favor, he's gonna give you a song for Saints and Sinners." So that's why we got on the album "Kiss the Bastards." If you look at the credit, it's John Bon Jovi and the guy from Skid Row that wrote the song. So they offered me the song for Saints and Sinners, so I took it. And Someday was on the ice because he wasn't doing the album yet. He had to finish Saints and Sinners album. So when he finished that, he started to work on his album. He gave me a call. He was at More Nights. He says, "Rick, I'm with John. We're rewriting some parts of the songs, and we want your approval because we're gonna have to split the credits if you agree with the changes we brought." I says, "Okay, let me hear it." So I heard. So I approved it because they really improved the song a lot. I mean, it's John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why on the album, Aldo Nova's album, you're saying that it had that Bon Jovi feel and everything because John produced the album. That's why this flavor is there. Same applies to Saints and Sinners album. If you listen to it, there's a lot of Aldo Nova's references. Yeah, he's the puppet master behind the album, you know?
Right.
So when it was time to do my version of Someday, I went back to my old tapes 30 years ago. I wrote the song. So that's why the melody is like, it's not the same as the one that's Aldo, because Aldo sang it
I got to put it next to each other. I got to hear it again, you know. Always a great song. I used to like that song. Yeah.
I thought you were going to do that now.
No, I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to wait till after the show.
I did it this afternoon. I mean, that's why I said. And hearing something,
man, you guys got big budget. Are we live? You're able to do that live?
Hang on, I'm going to be back.
But okay, so you answered my second question, because when we interviewed Aldo Nova, and we've seen Aldo's been on a few times, he actually said, you know, John's been a little funny when it comes to credit writing. Like John does, he's got his way of doing things. But you just admitted that he rearranged it so he deserved that writing credit on the songs.
Oh yeah, of course, and I'm proud that Aldo and John worked on one of my songs. I mean, these guys are legends to me.
For sure.
Aldo Nova is like he's a national treasure. Yeah, this guy is I've worked with him lots of time, and he's a close friend of mine, and I truly love the guy. Aldo is such an amazing talent. So, and then he brought Bon Jovi into the song. I mean, again, it's like the stars are aligned, you know. Yeah. So now it's my version, the way I wrote it 30 years ago.
Very cool. Very cool.
With the improvement that they had it, you know, in the songwriting, but the way I sing it, the way I blues it, that's the way I wrote it.
Yeah, it's a great song. And just a note, Aldo enjoys making fun of me. So we'll just remember that.
Yeah. Aldo is a man's man.
He likes to make fun of me a lot. Okay, next.
Dans le Pot, the bilingual song on the album. I mean, it's got a kind of a country flavor. I can see where something, maybe even Shania Twain would do this song. And I know you have so many influences, you know. Johnny Cash, you even mentioned in our last interview, was you know, some of your favorite singers and musicians. So, you know, talk us about how, for me, it's got a little bit of a country feel to it. So,
yeah, I love Marshall Tucker Band. I love everything old country music, man. It's so good. I'm in my car. I have to drive along old country songs, you know, and I love it. But it's the first time I hear that, because when you think about it, the way it starts, tan, 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 to me, it reminds me a bit of Roadhouse Blues.
Yeah.
You know what it sounds like?
But if you take it right down to its roots.
Dun, 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 you know, goes like this. That's how we came up with the idea to ask Robbie Krieger to play on the song.
Oh, Robbie Krieger's on it. Okay. I didn't know which song he was on. There you go. Okay, very cool.
So, is that Lulu singing with you on this album? On this track?
No, let me explain. This is a big one. This is a big one. This is the guy I was talking about, Jerry Stolber. This guy is so good. He's a songwriter. And he had written that song for another of my idols, Johnny Hallyday. You know him?
Yeah,
for sure.
Francis Elvis.
Exactly. He's one of my idols. I really, truly, truly love him. And this song was written for him.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to record that song with that singer, it's not Lulu, it's Amy Keys.
Okay.
Her name is Amy Keys. She's a very famous singer, and she works out of Los Angeles. And she worked with the Johnny Hallyday, Sting, Quincy Jones, name it. She's been, she's A-list. So the song was written for her and Johnny Hallyday, but he didn't have time to make it, because when the song was about to be recorded or presented to him, he was already sick. So the song was put on ice, and Jerry, when like I said, when we started to work together, there was plenty of songs to listen to, and he says, "Oh, I got something special. I know you love Johnny Holiday." He says, "Yeah, well, I got the girl that was his chorus for like all the time, and she would sing duets with him on stage all the time, and this song was written for them, but he couldn't make it." So I says, "Okay." So when I heard the song, it reminded me of Roadhouse Blues. Dun, 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 dun. It starts like that. So I went, wow, there was a sign, because I love Johnny Holiday. So I said, yeah, I want the song. So later on, when I was talking to Jerry, I says, can we have Amy Keys? He says, oh yeah, I know her personally. I think she would do it. So he asked her, and she said, yeah. And we had to record in Los Angeles, and where else than the Doors studio in Los Angeles. So we were there at Robbie Krieger's studio recording with Amy Keys, and that's when we got the idea, because of the song reminded me of Roadhouse Blues. Every time it would start, I would think of Roadhouse Blues. So I went to my manager. I said, why don't we ask Robbie Krieger to play on the song?
Oh, yeah.
So it took a little while for him to respond, because he's got plenty of stuff on his plate. He's still very much active in the music business. Robbie plays
for sure
all the time. And when he said, yeah, man, that was a dream come true. I'm a big Door fan. When I was a kid, when I was 14 years old, I became a man listening to the Doors at 15 years old. Yeah. Man, Jim Morrison was he was like my guru,
Yeah.
I was so out of place. I felt like a stranger in a strange world,
Yeah.
Artists, when they're young, usually that's what happens, because you think like an artist, like you think about stuff that other people don't think about, I don't know why, but that's the way it is, a person that is not born to be an artist will think about building a house and do this and that, but the artist doesn't think like that.
Yeah.
So
it's like left-handed guitar players think differently.
Exactly.
It's true. You know.
So when I was listening to the Doors, I was saying to myself, I'm not alone. This guy, the way he sings, the way he talks, the way the interviews, and the way everything about him was like, wow, I'm like him. I'm not crazy. And then I learned that Jim Morrison was a bit crazy. Then I said to myself, okay, I'm a bit crazy, but good crazy.
I'm not that crazy.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite guitarists, Robbie Krieger and Brad Gillis.
That's incredible, man. Think about it. This is the end.
It's like you said. It's a synchronization.
You know what?
Right?
The Doors.
All this to come together.
The Doors could not exist with Jim Morrison, and Jim Morrison couldn't exist without the rest of the Doors. It's just
incredible! Incredible!
Perfect,
what a band!
Just like
keyboard
like the Who.
player was playing bass with his feet.
Yeah.
There was no bass player.
There's no bass
So
player. They brought him in later on.
Yeah. So all our life we heard about the guitar heroes being with reasons, being Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Richie Blackmore, all the time. It's always the same that come up. Robbie Krieger never comes out, or he does for acquired taste. But think about it. When you listen to the Doors music, how the guitar is present, and when it stays silent right at the right time, and the solos and everything is intricate. Very, 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 very good. This guy's a maestro.
He wrote
number one hit.
Love Me Madly.
Number one hit.
Yeah. Light My Fire. I mean, that was
Never
Robbie
forget
Krieger.
that. Never forget. His first song was a number one hit.
You think it would have been Jim Morrison. It wasn't. It was Robbie Krieger. Yeah. And
Love Me Madly.
Love Me Madly.
In a Perfect World, a beautiful ballad. I like to see you do more of that with your voice, Rick. I'm glad
Yeah.
there's songs like this on the album. Because you have it's almost you have a potential to be like gospel singer even.
Yeah, that's why the album's called Redemption, because I want people to, when they listen to the album, to each song to really really get into the lyrics and just be in the moment, not because I've invented something that never existed or because it's brilliant. I just
Hmm.
want people to be entertained, because when you're entertained, that's when you kind of forget about your worries and your and if
Yep.
you've done enough or not enough. You just go into the music and you feel it, and then you feel alive, and it gives you, it's like a reboot.
Yep.
So in a perfect world, nobody gets hurt, and there's no pain, and there's nobody crying. Redemption is about that. It's about becoming a better person so that people around you are happier. People
Yep.
you love
Yeah.
are happier just because you're a better person.
And it
Yep.
brings
Yeah,
everybody up. To be with people like that, you said it brings you up.
Yes.
You're not the person you were the day before when you're surrounded with good people like
Yep.
exactly. Fame, fortune doesn't mean nothing if you're not happy. If
Yep.
you're happy with what you have, then you have a lot to
Yep.
be happy.
that. And let's get to what I call "Ça va brasser."
Well,
That's
what
how
was
we
I,
started the
who
show.
wrote it? Who wrote in a perfect
Just a minute,
world?
Jim. For me, you take ZZ Top's Lagrange, and you take Offenbach's Deux Autres Bières, and you put them together, and you get "Ça va brasser" by Rick Hughes.
Exactly. Well, Jimmy was asking a question about
Who wrote in a perfect
Perfect
world?
World. Perfect World was written mostly by Amanda Marshall.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like I
Canadian.
said, we really shopped around and we asked around. We said, listen, this guy, but not me, my manager, my producer, this guy's doing a new album, and we think that he deserves a good song. So don't send us the songs that you've sent to many people, and then they said no. We want so that's one of those
Okay, very
that
cool. Amanda Marshall. Yeah.
that yeah. So I was lucky enough that this perfect world fell into my lap. So first listen, I said, yeah, I want that. In the
Good.
perfect world, nobody gets hurt, and there's no pain, and there's nobody crying. In the perfect world.
Yep.
So
Right.
that's it for perfect world. And now we were talking about Sava Brasé. You thought that it
Savarasa.
was a ZZ Top meets what?
Well, you take ZZ Top Lagrange, and you put that with Offenbach's Deux Autres Bières,
Oh
mélange-les
yeah,
ensemble, and you got Rick Hughes's "Ça va brasser."
I love it. I love it. This song was a B-side of a Michel Pagliaro 45 tours when I was a kid.
Oh,
So
wow.
when people would get home, my brother and I, Dan, we would have the 45 tours that was J'entends frapper. Everybody wanted to listen to J'entends frapper, and we'd go
Hmm.
listen to this, and we put on the B side. Tout le monde réveillé, oui, on va s'amuser, on va jouer de la musique. And so I kept that song secretly all my life. I always wanted to redo that song. So when it was time to finish the album, I said, and I know what's going to finish the album. It's going to be a French song. Yeah. Because I'm a French guy, and it's going to be Ça va brasser. So that's the song, man. It's Michel
And
Pagliaro, the like iconic Michel Pag,
yeah,
the
and,
man.
and and like I'm listening to this, and all of a sudden I had a WTF moment. It's like, what? Who is Jacob Desraps from Saint Georges, Quebec?
Yeah.
What? He blew my mind on this song with his guitar playing. It's unbelievable.
It's funny you should say that, because to me the two best two, they're all the guitar solos are good, but the guitar solo for that song, oh my god,
Yeah, yeah.
it's Jacob. This guy is like, yeah, He's 28 years old. He's from Saint-Georges-de-Beauce. It's his second. He's released a second album. It's worldwide. He's got a very good career going on for himself. And man, he's so good. Jacob de Raps. So we have the same manager. So when it was time to hire somebody to do the solo for Someday and for Ça va brasser, we thought of Jacob. We said let's hire Jacob and let's showcase him on the album on Ça va brasser, and one of the best solo of the album. I truly agree.
Yeah.
So you're surrounding yourself with such great people, and we didn't even mention your sister Lulu, and we didn't even mention Lee Aaron yet. So what tracks were they on?
Lee Aaron is singing with me on Croire en l'Homme.
Okay.
And Lulu is singing on me on Dead End Road and Ça va brasser. 2 songs. Yeah.
Okay.
And guys, I earlier I wasn't able to mention I should have been more prepared for the interview. The co-writer for Carry the Torch, because there's other musicians that we haven't mentioned that are playing on the album. Sean Kelly.
Sean Kelly. Yeah, of course.
We've had him on the show many times with Coney Hatch and Lee Aaron.
Yeah.
Sean is such an amazing player. The bulk of the album is Sean Kelly.
Wow.
It's him that mainly you hear the guitar. If it's not Brad Gilliffs, if it's not Jacob de Raps, it's Sean. That's done all the
Sean
work.
Kelly.
This guy's amazing, man. He's done such an amazing job.
And what a great guy. A great guy.
In Helix, Coney Hatch, Lee Aaron. He's everywhere. He's a Canadian.
So now he's on my album, and same goes for the drummers. There's other drummers that I should have a list to mention their names, so I'll be prepared the next time. Let's redo that, Jimmy. Let's redo that. When the album comes out.
When the album comes out. Well, yeah. Well, but we should also mention, you got your solo album coming out, but you're also doing, what is it? How many year anniversary of Sword? You're playing, where are you playing? Oh man, I should have brought it. I should have been prepared.
Club Soda on the 18th
of October.
18th of October.
Okay. Yeah.
Huh?
So 35 years? 35 years?
45.
45. Oh my Lord, where has the time gone? 45 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. We should mention that.
The last show we saw was at the old Corona Theater. I forget what it's called now. But I took a friend that didn't know anything about Sword. Nothing. Not even one song. And he left there going, every song was the greatest hits. Every song was a hit. He was amazed.
Wow.
Just to tell you, Rick, I wanted to share that with you. He's like, where's this band coming from? I've never heard of them. And every song is a hit. He loved every song you played that day.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Sword is that we come from the good school, the school of that a good song had to have a hook, Maiden. When you think about it, all the early Maiden stuff, they all had Rat Child, Rat Child, or Priest, breaking the law. There's always a hook. There's something. So that's what we did with Sword, with Stone Again, with FTW, with Trouble Is, it's like there's a team, there's a hook. So let's take a minute to invite the fans to that show. This is going to be, we love the Club Soda. We really do. So
great place.
I'm looking forward to that show because it's before the release of my album. So with my brother, Mike Plant, Mike LaRock will be at the Club Soda on the, do you have the date in front of you, Jimmy?
No, I don't. I'm not prepared. 18th. I'm like you. I'm not prepared.
No. Good. I'm like you. Yeah.
And then
I'm pretty sure.
But I remember there was a show.
Listen, guys. I'm a busy guy. I cannot remember everything. September. October. I'm there. I'm there.
We're gonna plug it in right now.
No, the worst thing would be to not exactly. It's the 18th.
October 18th.
Phew.
October 18th. Club Soda, Sword.
There, it's in the books.
Make the trip.
And then you got the bonus track which is Parc Jean Drapeau.
Yeah.
That's a French version of Dans le Pot. And that's also Amy Keys that sings with you on the whole French version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Amy Keys to sing in French. So when she recorded at Robbie Krieger's studio, she did the English version.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up with the idea. I said to my manager, I says, listen, I don't know how willing she'd be to sing it in French if she's, but he says, we don't have a text in French. I said, well, ask Jerry to. So we asked Jerry while he was in studio. We said, Jerry, what would be very good if she would do a French version? So we'd have bilingual and French.
Yeah.
So he says, let me talk to her. He came back, says, yeah, we're doing it. We're going to write some lyrics right now and we're going to record it right now. So they did it on the spot.
Very cool. Very cool.
And that song, I mean, I can see that being on French radio easily. That could be a huge hit for you. In fact, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah. Well,
like I said, with a little luck,
just a little luck. You never know. And I should also ask you, Sword. Is there ever going to be a Sword 4 album?
Everything's possible. We talked for a long time that there wouldn't be a Sword 3, and then there was a Sword 3.
Okay.
So everything's
no
possible.
plans. No plans yet. That's what you're trying to say. No plans yet. You're too busy doing your solo album. And
no, it's not that I'm too busy. It's more of a question of inspiration. Like if you have to write the songs. If you want to do another Sword album, you have to sit down and get the boys together and write songs and then decide. So we're not there right now. Okay. I've been working on my album for 2 years, and I've been doing my shows with Sword. So maybe, but for now, I'm gonna go with Plan A, which is Rick Hughes Redemption.
All right,
2 years in the making. That's probably a good strategy and well deserved, Rick. Congratulations on the album. It's a fantastic album. I really enjoyed listening to it.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that.
Is there anything else you want to say as we close things off after we've talked about the whole album? Anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to promote? I don't know.
Let's come to the show. We're going to have a really, really good time at Club Soda with Sword. And the release of the album is on the 24th. I thank you guys for your open-minded, because that's something I thought about. I said to myself, I'm known for being Sword singer, but I was Saints and Sinners singer too, and Saints and Sinners was more of a hard rock, less heavy metal. So it's I cannot do something like Saints and Sinners or Sword. I'm Rick Hughes. I have to be Rick Hughes,
Yeah.
So like you said, I did an album that stays in the rock genre, but it explores it. We go into hard rock, we go into blues rock, we go into ballads, to French songs, and that's the way I like it.
Are you gonna have a launch party, or are you gonna have a launch show for your solo album, or is that just gonna be the Sword show?
No, the Sword show has nothing to do with my album. So no, we're probably gonna do something. It's gonna be announced pretty soon. It's gonna be like a mini tour.
Oh, okay.
We'll do Montreal, Quebec, Toronto, and just release the album across Canada.
Nice. That was my last question. What are the next plans exactly? So I'm glad to hear there's a tour going along with your solo album. So.
Oh yeah. I love to be on stage. This is my favorite place on earth. It's on stage.
Yeah.
The other day I was doing 3 shows in 3 nights 2 weeks ago, and I had to drive 1,500 kilometers and sing 3 shows.
Oh.
So somebody said to me, "Oh yeah, that's one of the bad part of being an artist, a musician." I says, "What?" Well, all the driving and all the running around. I says, No, it's not the bad part. It's part of the job. Yeah. It says, yeah, but it must be boring at times. It says, no, it's not, because going to the fan is the fun part, because you're going to the fan. I cannot install myself on my porch and every Saturday night say, come to me. I'll sing you some good rock and roll song.
Well, Rick, to me, driving is a good thing. I was stuck in traffic today, and I was listening to your album before the show. So, you get a chance. You get a chance, and driving, is a lot. Long drives, you get to listen to a lot of good music, right? And
people say to me,
it's the perfect time.
I sing a lot of songs. I know a lot of songs, and any type. And people say, you got a great memory. I says, no, I drive around a lot.
Yeah.
So when I have to learn a song, I put it on repeat.
That's right. Driving is underrated.
An hour. The same song for an hour. Let me tell you something. It enters your brain.
All right, man. Listen, it was wonderful talking to you always.
Hey, keep us posted, Rick. Anything we can do to help promote, and let us know the launch dates. And again, we're there to support you. And congratulations again. You deserve it. You've been doing this for a long time, and I'm glad to. Hopefully, there's a second solo album.
Oh yeah, it's already being thought of.
In your car, yeah.
In my car.
There's a lot of brainstorming in cars. All right, guys. Have yourself a wonderful night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Rick, always a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you at the Sword Show. Talk soon.